This is what we've all been looking for. We looked at the bracket, Ryan, and we said if Gorilla wins his game and Nraseck wins his game, this could be a semi-final. And we're salivating at the thought of it, and now it is reality.
I'm excited, I'll be honest, and I'm sure many people are as well. And it's credit to Guild and also Neo. They're newly formed FIFA team. I know Neo have been here since last year as well, and Guild entered later on in the FIFA 20 season. But again, they both have players that have reached latter stages in tournaments who have the experience and hoping to that their player will reach the finals.
And here we go. Nraseck kicking from left to right. And it's going to be Gorilla in the white Neo strip from right to left. We talked about the early start and the early goal from either of those two players who will be taking that early lead in this matchup. Couple of step overs coming out early doors. Expect lots of skills, expect lots of intricate play in the final third. R9 linking up with his namesake Cristiano Ronaldo. Semedo comes across well to cover for Gorilla. And let's see, Ryan, how that defence from Gorilla holds up now against Nraseck.
Yep, exactly. It's easy to... I always say this, anyone can win a game of FIFA. You could perform defensively, you could be defensively superb in one game of FIFA. It's about being consistent. And for Gorilla's sake, I'm hoping that he's able to be consistent, to be defensively structured, as he was in the first game against his opponent. So, again, I think it will be tightly contested. I think this first game will be similar to Nraseck's first game. It depends. Someone could edge it. It might be a draw, but I don't think either player will have like a staple to see who's going to win in this fixture.
We see Juan Cuadrado starting here for Nraseck. That's the rule breaker, Juan Cuadrado, in at right back, mainly just in there for chemistry to get Cristiano Ronaldo at least on 7 chemistry points. R9 back to goal. One of the first times that we've seen R9 used. I think the only player to have used R9, in fact, is Nraseck, looking to build up on the edge of the box with Rashford. Pogba now, a couple of rule breakers in there. Rashford, I should say Pogba, also Juan Cuadrado. Patrick Vieira into his icon teammate in R9. Look for CR7 just to try and pull away from his marker. Rashford picks up the ball out wide. Semedo comes across. Lacroqueta cancels back inside. They're just waiting for the space to open up. Mbappe scoops it away from Mendy. Fate Rabona, Elastico.
Ooh. Patient.
It's really sort of edge of the seat right now.
Honestly. So patient from Nraseck, and that's just a testament to how he attacks and how he plays. He's very calm around the edge of the box, and I feel like that's what separates him from a lot of players, where it's a thing. It could work both ways. It could work against him in some occasions, but he looks for the chance where sometimes he knows when to take the risk, basically, and when to just bide his time, wait a little bit. And I feel like there wasn't an open chance there, but he tried to wait and see if Gorilla would pull out a defender, and to Gorilla's credit, he didn't, and this could lead to a chance here.
Pele, inside the box, squeeze it across, what a save! That could be Van der Sar! What a save!
That is ridiculous. That's ridiculous. That's what you buy a goalkeeper for, right? I always say goalkeepers this year, you don't really notice that much of a difference. I just need a goalkeeper that's tall, that can try and catch a cross. But if my goalkeeper saved that, I've got to buy his jersey tonight. Like, especially if he wins this game, you've got to pin that down to Van der Sar. That's a fantastic save.
Semedo doing well there to step up high for Gorilla, looking to thread through to Pele. Roulette inside the box, trying to get that shot away. Van der Sar as well to jump onto it. Wow, 25 minutes have gone so far. It's been enthralling, entertaining, action up to date.
I'm so
an early
speechless.
pause cue there by Nraseck.
Yeah, I'm just still speechless over that save. Like, to me, I'm already celebrating, but that's unbelievable. But Nraseck is here. He's passed it to Ronaldo, back to Mbappe, back to Ronaldo, and it's good defending from Gorilla there. It's patient. He done well. He timed the tackle to perfection to get the ball back. R9
looking to thread through after the pass received him in from Pogba. Cristiano Ronaldo, McGeady spin inside his own half, just shows the confidence that Gorilla is playing with right now. Just attempting skill moves like that in the midfield third. Neymar. Pele made the run off of the ball, looking to slow down the attack ever so slightly. Great lead from Nraseck's defender there to win that. And those chances, if you're Nraseck, Van der Sar saves that for you. You're thinking, not only my goalkeeper is unbelievable, but it might be my day. My goalkeeper's making a save like that. It's a save that happens 1 in 20, 1 in 30. That save actually happens. Pogba looking to play on the edge of the box, trying to squeeze the ball through to Patrick Vieira. Neymar, Ronaldo, hold the phone. I think something's brewing. Patrick Vieira on the edge, couple of step overs. Bruno Fernandes does well, but Ryan, if your goalkeeper's making that save, it must be actually hard to regain your composure.
I'm still speaking. As I say, if my goal, you say 1 in 30. For me, my goalkeeper's never made a save like that. I'm grateful if my goalkeeper can just pick the ball up when it's rolling on the floor. So, if my goalkeeper makes a save like that, as I say, I'm brimming with confidence just because I feel like it's my day, and I think that's just offside than it is from Gorilla. And the cues paused from Nraseck on the 40th minute will come through.
Looks like he's changing something in the settings here. Is Nraseck not happy with one of the visual effects on the screen? It's the user radar colour. Just a question on this, Ryan. A lot of pro players, it has to be their perfect settings to what they sort of are used to customise to. If you were to, for example, play on someone else's setup completely different, could you play to an actual like competitive level with a different camera? That's the number one question you get asked the most. What camera do you play on?
Yeah, for me,
with all them settings different.
It varies. I used to use telebroadcast. I switch between that and co-op, sort of dependent on how I'm playing. Like sometimes I notice for co-op especially, it helps defensively because I'm able to see the whole pitch. And sometimes in an attacking sense, when I'm using, I've tried out the 5-3-2 or the 3-5-2, so I'm able to see the overlapping runs from the wide players a lot more effectively on co-op. But then I noticed that my attack isn't as smooth compared with telebroadcast. It's really, you might not think it makes a difference, but to me it really makes a difference. But again, you learn something new every day. I didn't realize you could change the radar color. So that, because I've been having that issue with certain kits where they clash. But again, you learn something new every day.
There you go, Nraseck not only teaches how to defend like a pro, but also how to set up like a pro as well. Half-time in this first leg, currently 0-0 between Nraseck and Gorilla, but Gorilla will probably feel a little bit hard done by not to be leading 1-0 after that heroic save from Edwin van der Sar. You're not really reading too much into 45 minutes gone. I mean, we've not really seen too much happen as of yet, apart from that great save. Neither player has really stamped their foot on this match, you would say, as of yet, Ryan.
Yeah, as you said, no player has stamped their authority, and we do obviously have to speak about the Gorilla chance, but again, a moment of superbness from Van der Sar to make the save. And it's something now where for Gorilla you sort of have to forget that ever happened, because I know something from my perspective anyway, it's really hard to forget about those chances, especially in a tight game where the margins are so narrow. So every chance you get, you kind of have to take it, and I feel like Gorilla's done everything right there, and I mean, this could be a chance here.
Pogba into CR7 inside the box. That's a very aggressive tackle, but look, sometimes they work out for you, other times you get a penalty awarded against you. But just continue what you were saying there, Ryan.
Yeah, no, I was just about to mention actually with the tackle there. For me in that situation, I'm very scared to tackle, because we know this year where any sort of physical contact in the box, if you press tackle, and even if the player doesn't fall over, but it's just a small nudge on their shoulder and they become off balance, it's given us a penalty. So it's very brave for Gorilla to do that, and he backs himself to defend manually, and it's a fantastic attack here from
Rashford.
That was close.
Yeah, very close. He's had a couple of those, Nraseck, in the final third, where he's just looking to get that 100% chance of scoring a goal. He's looking for the extra pass or the skill move, and we've seen players in the past where maybe just being a little bit more aggressive, maybe just having a little bit more sort of confidence in the final third to shoot from a different angle, or to shoot on a 70 or 80% chance can result in a goal. But also, you don't want to just give possession away sort of willy-nilly and just give the possession away where it's sort of not resulting in an attack at the end of your build-up play.
Yeah, exactly. And as we say, both of these players have progressed far in tournaments before, and I feel like, I don't know, it's a weird way to word this, but I feel like they're respecting each other a little bit too much, whereas in the previous round I felt like Gorilla didn't respect Nraseck, not in a disrespectful way, but I mean that he wasn't fearful of anything, because I guess maybe he's never seen him play before, but he's seen Nraseck play, he knows what he's capable of, and that's vice versa for Nraseck as well, on his viewpoint on Gorilla. So it's sort of a thing where they're biding their time, waiting for the perfect chance, when they don't necessarily have to do that. As you mentioned, Nraseck is getting situations in the box and he's turning back onto the left, back onto the right, hoping for the perfect chance, when he can actually just take a snapshot and hope it goes in.
Vieira now in the final third for Nraseck. Another one of those chances where he's looking to build up. R9 turns his man, and another last-ditch tackle, but the referee has pulled it back for a free kick. Looks like he's going to be running past the wall here with R9. Quick one played to Ronaldo. Looking to just build up into another attack. Cristiano.
Ooh.
I thought you were going to lay that off. In all honesty.
So did I. But I feel like if it was laid off, it could have been intercepted, or the first touch, he would have been smothered. But again, it's a very composed attack, and as I said, it's going to be tightly contested in this first leg. I feel like whoever gets the goal is going to boost them in confidence, and he's on the attack here.
Yeah, he's robbed possession in the midfield, has Nraseck, but it's Gorilla defending very, very well again, and also you would say sort of Nraseck, he's winning the ball high up the pitch. He's winning it in these midfield areas. Again, possession turned over, and Nraseck has another opportunity to attack.
Rozek does well here because he keeps flicking on team press to press Gorilla in the final third and forcing him into errors where it could be a misplaced pass, because when the team press is turned on, your players, like they lack that sort of accuracy, especially when they're under pressure. And he's doing well here just to cut the lanes himself as well, switch cursor to cut another lane, and then let the AI mark that run as well. It's very complicated to explain, but the way he's defending is very, very intelligent.
Yeah, absolutely. Only you expect this from the very best players in Europe. Ronaldo now, edge of the box, look for a couple of step overs potentially to come out. Pass back to Patrick Vieira. Into Paul Pogba, step overs, looking to create space. Ronaldo again. Played it into R9, what a finish!
It's the goal. You can see what it means to him as well.
Means. The breakthrough has been brewing for Nraseck. It was Ronaldo with the goal. Who else would it be but Cristiano? Big opportunity, and that's where you want it. We say he was one of the most complete strikers in the game, and a great example of it right there.
That was unbelievably composed from Nraseck there. And I feel Gorilla didn't do too much wrong there defensively. It was just a thing where, of course, you can't control every defender. So some of the defenders that are being controlled by the AI aren't necessarily sticking onto the personnel from Nraseck. But CR7 in form, what a card. I said it before, I feel like he's the best striker in the game, or in my opinion, one of the best players. So again, it's no surprise that he does score and give Nraseck the 1-goal lead.
And it was a 1-goal lead in the first leg, and you saw such a big reaction from him. He knows how big that goal can be in the complexion and the story of this match, because Gorilla now is the one who has to get back into this game. He's brought a few subs on as well, has Gorilla. It looks like Renato Sanchez. And again, he's done so well to win the ball high up the pitch. Nraseck.
He's doing well to win it, but for me, Gorilla he's rushing his passes in midfield. It's not as composed as it was against Fifa, and again, you could put that down to Nraseck pressuring really, really well to force him into those errors, but it's just Gorilla not.
Is he offside?
I guess, is that on? It's just about on from Pele, so this could be a chance.
Couple of step overs out wide. Alan St-Maximin now brought into the attack. Quadrado is the defender for Nraseck over there. St-Maximin gets the better of the Colombian. Couple of step overs down the line and does win himself a corner. Not really as sort of successful as they were in previous FIFA's corners. Sort of just wanted to, you would say, either play it short or try and swing it into that near post, but with goalkeeper movement. Look at this, he's 3 against 1.
Forward here. Deulofeu. Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
Deulofeu. What a counter-attack. I was talking about corners, and the counter-attack just sort of emerged out of nowhere. It was 4 against 1.
Yeah, there was a point I'm thinking, hold on a minute. I'm seeing the players in the Nraseck jersey bombing forward, and it was just, again, Deulofeu, I was thinking, surely he's going to pass it here. Surely. Goes on the whole way, and Deulofeu scores to give him a vital second goal. And I think that's done for the first leg. I think Nraseck has possession now, so he'll just be keeping it. He'll wait for the last attack to try and bag a third if he's lucky.
Jared Deulofeu just generally ran the entire length of the pitch. Like, that actually happened. He picked the ball up as a defender from the corner. He ran the entire length of the pitch and just slowed it past the goalkeeper. And a third goal for Nraseck would be huge, but it is only going to be a 2-0 for the Guild man. But what a first leg from Nraseck.
Yep, it was 2 goals to Nraseck. And again, you have to go back to the chance where Van der Sar made a phenomenal save. So who knows? That could have changed the complexion of the game, but it's really hard to refer back to those moments because you never know.
Yeah, absolutely. An unbelievable game, and there's also an unbelievable opportunity for everyone watching right now to potentially earn yourself some swaps. Check this out and learn a bit more information about it.
During the FIFA 21 Global Series, you have complete control of your viewership rewards. For the first time, you will receive guaranteed rewards for watching the best FIFA players in the world compete at the highest level. Simply link your Twitch and EA accounts, watch at least an hour of FIFA 21 Global Series competitions live on Twitch on select weekends, and you will receive 1 FIFA Global Series swap token per weekend. Tokens may take up to 7 days to appear in your account. These tokens are redeemable in repeatable SBCs in FIFA Ultimate Team, with some great pack rewards up for grabs. The more tokens you earn by watching on more eligible weekends, the more flexibility you will have to decide which rewards to get. Don't miss out. Link your accounts, watch the FIFA 21 Global Series, and redeem your rewards.
And remember, anyone who watches more than an hour of FIFA Global Series this weekend on Twitch will also receive a Fnatic T4 and also 2 FGS Champions T4s. Them T4s, very, very nice, Ryan, indeed. I mean, I remember the ones that we got last year with the sort of major winners of trophies. Even more this year, more customization than ever.
Yep, exactly. And I like that element that's being integrated into Ultimate Team. It's good to reflect on the people that have been successful in the esports scene, and just to have their team for is sort of an accolade to them, just to have them on the game. It's even though obviously they can't become a player, but to have your Tifo in there is a massive accomplishment.
Yeah, absolutely. And both of these two players, Nraseck and Gorilla, I'm sure will be, if not in the game, they'll be definitely coming in the future. 2 Hall of Famers in FIFA esports. Very enthralling first leg. Maybe not as many goals as we thought, but the entertainment value was top-notch, Ryan.
Yep, exactly. And Gorilla could feel hard done by, but again, defensively, I feel like he wasn't as secure as he was against Nissi FIFA. That's not down to I guess he wasn't making tons of errors defensively when it came into the final third for Nraseck's attacks, but he just wasn't as, I guess, convicting when he was going forward and trying to transition from defense to attack. He kept giving the ball away in situations where he wasn't doing that in the previous game. And Gorilla's, he's been in these situations before where he has to come back from a deficit, and he's got Zach next to him as well, who will be offering immense support and tactical knowledge to try and, I guess, come back into the game against Nraseck. But it definitely won't be easy.
Yeah, I mean, look, the big difference is Gorilla's been in this position before many a times where he's been trailing after the first, had to get back in the game, claw back in the game, tooth and nail. The difference is this time around he's doing it against arguably one of the best players to play FIFA on the planet right now in Nraseck, and also one of the best players. You might be able to go on to this a little bit more, just tactically and mentally draining you as your opponent, and also just seeing out the game.
Yeah, exactly. He tactically drains you, or mentally drains you, as you said, because he's so structurally secure. You sort of think, am I ever going to get a clear-cut opportunity? And if you do, it's more so a shock. And we see Gorilla, straight from kickoff, gives the ball away again.
Yeah, not the greatest of starts for Gorilla. It also gives an opportunity, potentially, to counter-attack straight from kickoff for Nraseck. Rashford into Ronaldo. Look for the one more pass. It goes into Mbappe. I thought that ball had to get squeezed out wide one more. It had
to, and that was a chance. That's a golden opportunity there. It might not necessarily have been a shot at goal, but Nraseck will be kicking himself because he knows that's something 9 times out of 10 when he's in that situation, he's making the correct decision, but in that occasion it was the wrong one.
He's in. Ronaldo inside the box. Oh, what a save again.
Oh my God.
Off the line. Oh my. Gorilla cannot buy a goal right now. Bruno Fernandes into Pele.
Oh my
Vieira
goodness.
wins the ball back. Wow, what a sequence.
unbelievable from Gorilla to transition. As I mentioned, it wasn't as smooth as it wasn't smooth in the first leg, but straight away there he creates a chance. But I feel like Nraseck, in terms of goalkeeper movement, was very good there to cut the angle off, because he moved near post where the keeper did save it. But the rebound for me has to go in. Like it's a thing where the AI sort of bailed Nraseck out in that situation, so he should be very fortunate.
Mbappe looking for the counter attack to really put the dagger through the heart. He does well. Gorilla defensively. This Kylian Mbappe, the record breaker Mbappe, seems to be a real sort of danger man for Nicolas Nraseck. Rashford in the final third. Nelson Semedo defending. He's just worked it back inside. Pogba looking for Ronaldo. He almost seems a little bit reluctant to be more aggressive, Nicolas Nraseck, from what I'm seeing.
Absolutely. And that pass there again, it's so easy to see in hindsight when you're not the one playing, because you're so tunnel visioned into doing certain things. But for me, that pass has to go to the opposite side, and then it's a goal. But as I say, it's so easy to say that he should have done this or done that when you're watching it rather than playing it. But I think Gorilla here has gone into a narrow, and he's had a chance here that was blocked. But I think it is a formation change from Gorilla. If I could be wrong, but I think that is a 4-1-2-1-2 diamond.
Yeah, certainly looks like you've got your three players there, Cam and then two strikers, and the midfield looks like Vieira's the DM, and then Bruno as one of the central midfielders on the left. Real end-to-end flow to this match though. Mbappe bursting down the wing into Ronaldo, passed across to Rashford, and that's 3 for Nicolas Nraseck. A fist bump, not as energetic as his first goal in the first leg, but that could be a big goal in this game.
A massive, massive goal. It's a safety blanket. We all know the 2-goal lead, the saying it's never safe when you're 2 goals up. 3 goals on the other hand is, again, it's not safe, as I always mention in FIFA 21, but you never know that. But I still think 3 goals for Nraseck, the way he's been defending as well, it's going to be a mountain to climb for Gorilla. And I feel like Gorilla might have gone a bit guns blazing a little bit too early, because I feel like he's putting a lot more players to contribute to the attack, and it's leaving himself defensively open, where there's still a long way to go. I don't think he necessarily needed to do that, but as I say, it's so easy to say that whilst watching it rather than playing.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, also, you don't know. We can't tell what would have happened otherwise. If he wouldn't have gone for this game, Nraseck could have just seen it out 2-0, kept possession, and sort of cruised his way to the Losers Bracket final. But Gorilla's still putting a lot of pressure on him right now. Pele in the final third. Ball finds its way to Ronaldo. A little bit of dribbling inside the box. Back to Pele now. Step forwards. Beautiful.
It's beautiful. It's
and that's a game on. This is game on.
Game on. 3-1. As I say, it's not done. Gorilla skipping the replays. It's going straight into it. And it's a fantastic goal. We see Pele with the skill. He cuts inside and he slams it into the corner to give him the first goal.
And now we see what Nicolas Nraseck is made of. Does he try and consolidate? Does he try and just sit off and take this 2-goal lead maybe into half-time? Or does he see more goals in his future? But for me, Gorilla looks so aggressive right now. You see so many bodies flying forward in seemingly every attack. Bruno Fernandes robbed of possession. The fullbacks are high, and this could be a real dangerous moment for Gorilla. Nicolas Nraseck throwing the ball through to Kylian Mbappe. Bursting inside the box is the Frenchman. And he just slots it past the goalkeeper.
It is wonderful, and it's a thing with Gorilla. He's sort of thrown the defensive structure out the window to try and, I guess, flood more players forward in order to create more goal-scoring opportunities, and is doing that. He's getting some chances, and he's having a lot more players flood forward, so he has options to pass it. But again, as we say, defensively, he's leaving him open.
Another chance for Gorilla potentially straight from the kickoff. Mendy, you see how high Mendy's basically playing as a left winger right now. That's where that fourth goal came from for Nicolas Nraseck. Vieira looking to find the ball into Pele. Semedo so high up the pitch, and again the fullbacks high up the pitch, and the possession has been seemingly lost for Gorilla.
It's Nraseck powering down the wing. Gorilla's doing well here. Oh my gosh. He's a bit fortunate there, Nraseck. He goes in, but Gorilla intercepts it well to break forward, and there's still quite a long way to go. We've got 50 minutes of the game here. Gorilla could power forward and get another goal here. Just a goal just before half-time would be perfect, even though he gives possession away, and Nraseck can charge on the attack.
Varane almost playing as, like, look at him just steaming forward the ball. Real reckless play, but it needs to be reckless almost from Gorilla right now. Is there a sort of fine balance in between real playing aggressively and recklessly, but also keeping your player positions. Is there a balance in that, or is it either or 1 or 10? You've either got to go full out attack or you've got to sort of sit back. Chance here, Ronaldo for Gorilla. Inside the box, couple of step overs. Kyle Walker does well for Nraseck. Chance still alive, seemingly, for Gorilla. Patrick Vieira into Ronaldo. Just rolling his foot over the ball. Alcet Maximin now trying to just knock that on to Pele. But yeah, Ryan, coming in at half-time, is there a balance, or is it either one or the other?
For me personally, I find it hard to find that balance, right, of either going guns blazing and committing loads of plays forward to help attacking, or you stay defensively secure, you keep your full back staying back, your wide centre mid or your left mid and right mid coming back to support the defence as well. And there's a lot of players who I can compare it to, like Tom Stokes for 11s. He plays the narrow formation. He's basically thrown defensive structure out the window because he backs himself offensively to score a lot of goals, whereas you'll play veterans in the scene like Cody, for instance, or NBD on PlayStation, where they're very defensively structured and they sort of back themselves offensively to know that they're able to create a chance, and when they do create a chance, they're going to take it, and it leads to tightly contested affairs, but they're used to playing that style of FIFA.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, another player that we are going to see tomorrow, in fact, Principe, just fitting into that category perfectly. Defensively, knows that if he can keep a clean sheet, you're always going to get 1 or 2 chances up the other end, and almost you're playing more of a mental game than the actual game itself, because you're hoping that your opponent gets frustrated or makes a mistake, and you can capitalise on that.
Yeah, exactly. It's a game of chess, really and truly, at the highest level as well, when you know that when you're playing against an opponent who is trying to frustrate you, he's trying to make sure that you make the mistake. So it's really, really hard to stay 100% concentrated at those moments. And again, if you're playing opponents in a sequence, why I always emphasize how hard it is to reach this stage where you could be playing that type of opponent 9 or 10 rounds in a row. So keeping composed is very difficult, and Gorilla's got a goal back here.
That's beautiful, wasn't it? The play down the line, real sort of clinical cutting edge passing right there from Gorilla. The sharpest of knives in the draw. Cristiano Ronaldo getting the goal back for Gorilla, and once again getting us to that somewhat precarious 2-goal advantage for Nraseck. 4-2, 35 minutes left to play. Gorilla has not rolled over yet.
It's game on. It is game on, and there's something through experience which I find really difficult, is when you're playing somebody who is guns blazing and committing a lot of players forward, and the tempo is really quick, fast paced, and they're flooding players forward, it sort of makes you play a similar style, even though inadvertently you don't want to, but because they're attacking so quickly, you kind of fall into the trap of doing the same thing, and you might not be used to it, so you end up, I guess, giving possession away. So it sort of, I guess, it benefits the player who initially had that play style.
Ronaldo turning for Nraseck. And once again, whenever Rosek's back against the wall, he always seems to find an answer, always seems to find an out, and typically comes through that informed Cristiano Ronaldo foot item. Outstanding.
Outstanding. As I said, there's going to be opportunities for Nraseck to break forward. This second leg has been very entertaining. 3-2 for Nraseck. Again, it's still not game over, right? He's got a 3-goal lead, 30 minutes to go. It is a huge uphill battle for Gorilla to come back into this game, but never rule him out. That's one thing I've learned across the years.
Yeah, never rule out Neymar as well. Whenever Gorilla gets Neymar on the ball, he's got magic in them boots. Pele inside the box now. Nraseck has to be careful. As soon as it gets inside the box, you've got to be sort of a little bit more timid on the circle or B button, because penalties do get given for seemingly knees brushing. Ronaldo bursting past, Mbappe at the back post, in off the post. And it seems like Nraseck is on his way to a Losers Bracket Final.
It's outstanding, and that's what I'm talking about with the back post cross. Sometimes where it's a bit more lofted and CR7's there for the header, but in this case it's Mbappe, with the volley to give him the 4-2 lead in this game, 6-2 on aggregate, and that, in my opinion, is game over. There is no way I see Nraseck giving away a 4-goal lead in 25 minutes. I just don't see it happening.
Nraseck proving why he is regarded as one of the best players, not only in Germany, not only in Europe, but on the planet. Foot Champions Cup winner in FIFA 20, multiple time Xbox Grand Finalist, multiple-time FIFA E-World Cup finalist, is Nraseck. And I bet Guild right now are brimming from ear to ear. What a signing, Ryan.
Amazing signing. We've seen, for me, it was very strange how Nraseck was never signed before that, or he went a long period as a free agent, because we always speak about the accolades that he's had. He might not necessarily have won tons of championships, but he was always in the final stages of tournaments. Whether, if you had as Mike always said, whenever there's a tournament and there's a championship Sunday, Nraseck is there literally
he was
all
there.
the time. So it kind of didn't make any sense. So for Gil to sign him is a fantastic investment, because in my opinion, I think he's one of the most consistent players that we've ever seen.
Yeah, I mean, you probably, if you asked Nraseck, I mean, he was at Rogue, wasn't he, in FIFA 19, FIFA 20. Yeah. He was just sort of just doing his own thing, waiting for an opportunity to come. I mean, it shows the confidence that he has in himself, where you know that I can play without a team, I can play without that, and also make enough tournaments that I'm going to almost warrant people to come and be appealed in me and come and want me to be part of their team. He probably had hundreds of offers, but knew he was just waiting for that perfect offer, and R9 just putting a cherry on top of what looks like a three-tier icing-covered cake.
Yeah. And as you said, he bided his time, he backed himself to get the perfect deal, and Guild is a fantastic esports team, up and coming, and again, what a signing from him. But 7-2, it's been a resounding victory, where Nraseck has obliterated Gorilla. He's scoring a lot of goals, so what is that, 15 goals so far, and it's not even been, well, it's not the end of the game, there's still more time to go. He could get a few extra goals, or he could concede a few more goals as well.
And you look at the first and the second leg performances, it's again Nraseck doing all his business in the second leg.
Yeah, exactly.
We went into this game 2 apiece, and then he's come into this second leg, just I should say 2-0, coming to the second leg, absolutely on fire. Ronaldo looking to make it 8. I do not know what has just happened inside the box. Gorilla applauding. I mean, it's gone from bad to worse for Gorilla. It's a day to forget.
It sums it up there. What on earth?
Everything's gone against him.
Yeah.
It what feels like the goalkeeper saving the first leg, and just everything's mounted up.
Exactly. And he's at the dreaded 8-2 scoreline. It's a horrible scoreline to lose by, but it's still Nraseck who progresses on into the loser bracket final, who will play BMG Lefty, who again will be. So the way I look at this, right? Do you think a player who has fallen into the loser bracket from potentially he could have gone the distance, but he's got another opportunity, do you think that will fill him with confidence, or do you think he'll be thinking at the back of his mind, oh crap, I've lost the game, now I've got to play Nraseck? It's very difficult.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a very, very interesting point, because you look at what I'll ask you after the game what you would prefer as well, Ryan, but I think just from the sort of general flow, it was a very close game against Karai. That's nice from Gorilla, just rolls out of play, where he only lost 3-2. So it's not like he's been demolished, it's not like he's been smashed. That's his first loss in this entire qualifier that Lefty suffered. The first loss up to date. So you're coming into this losers bracket thinking, I've only lost one game, and that's against the person in the grand final. So I've got nothing to be fearful of Nraseck. But with that result, Nraseck, 3 Germans entered the tournament, and 3 Germans are in the losers bracket and grand final right now.
Yep, and a massive congratulations to Nraseck, and commiserations to Gorilla, who unfortunately bows out of the tournament